guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Well, here I stand again this week, boys and girls. I'm over here just working away, and it dawns on me, oh yeah, the customer wants a video. So what we got here is almost a brand new Texas Star 400V, which is absolutely absurd to me since they're going to put a variable in there. This gentleman wants me to do a bunch of pimping upgrades to this thing, so we're going to start off with, first things first, is we pulled all the DEI transistors out of this thing. You see that 15-10 or 15-1Q? Arguably one of the worst transistors that was ever produced. So this is basically a brand new Texas Star, and I'm having to go in and remove the remove the transistors. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Move the transistors and replace them with HGs, the 1608s, which are a good component. In this particular application, it's going to serve this guy well. So we're going to do power upgrades to it, change out the transistors, and then there's a couple of little small things, like I got to hook up a fan remote for it and a few other things. So on that note, that's where we're at. I'm going to hustle on through this and get this done. I'm running 2 businesses today, guys. I'm answering the phones for 2 companies. So yeah, the video is going to be a little bit thin, but I'll do the wrap video this evening once I get finished with it and after I get rid of all the other company phones, so you and I can chat for a little bit, and we'll add a little bit more entertainment value to it after this. So through the power of cinematography, I'm impressed with this little thing. It turned out quite well. So we pulled the DEIs out, and we went in here and we did all the power wire upgrades to the inside of this thing. And then I started checking it. What I mean by that is we can talk through it just fine, but we go to put it into operation mode, and guess what? No chooch for the chach. And I'm looking around, I'm like, I can't, the transistors are brand new, it can't be a transistor issue. Well, I get out the old silly scope and I start tracing it, and it's going to ground right here at the combiner. So I took this apart like 2 or 3 times and couldn't find anything that would be dragging the signal to ground. So I disconnect it from power, and I have this really thin, flat dental pick, and I put it in over here at this corner, and I swept it around, and when I brought it back, there was a big hunk of flat solder that was stuck up underneath the board. And what was going on is it was shortened. There's a pass-through via, a trace that goes from the top of the board to the bottom of the board, you know, and it was just touching on that trace. So I cleared the solder out, and then I took a piece of paper and I slid it up underneath there as an insulator, okay? And I ran it. This thing runs good now. So I think that the solder ball is what was causing your initial problems in the first place. But trust me, you don't want to leave those DEI transistors in there. Absolutely garbage transistor. Horrible part, horrible, horrible part. So now you got a match set of the HG 287916 D08s in there, and this thing is running really, really, really well. So let's get on with the test. We're hooked up to the bench 12 volt or 14 volt supply. We're going to start out with the 2950, 1000 watt slug and peak, 1000 watt slug and average, 5 watt slug and reverse back from the bird, 10,000 watt dummy load, 2950, and the 5 watt slug that sits between the 2950, of course, and little Texas Star 500. Remember, there's 12 feet worth of wire between there and here. So remember, everything's tuned for an integer of 3. So let's go over on the spec ant. Our center frequency is 27 megahertz. Our span is 49 here. We can bump that out if we wanted to. I'll bump that out to 54. So our center will make at 27 again. Lower band, upper band, total power, transmit occupation. And these are all the band measurements. 27.128, there's not enough signal to actually saturate it at this point. because I run so much power by this, I have to have it heavily attenuated. So our principal frequency is at 27 megahertz, give or take. Now, oh shit, forgot to show you drive. Here's our drive. Our whole whopping 20 watts are passing through the amplifier into the dummy load. Needle doesn't even move, which is good. Turn the amp on. We're dead keying about 75 watts. Absolutely no splatter. Nice, clean, smooth signal. And our input tune is stupid low. Up to about a half a watt. Needle's moving to full deflection. Output power. 600 watts. Not any side spurs, from 0 all the way out to 54 megahertz, which is perfect. Now, preamp is working. The dial-a-watt, we bring it into play. It knocks it down a little bit. Turn the variable to half. The dial-a-watt's working perfect. Turn the dial-a-watt back up. We're going to go down to medium, otherwise sideband delay. And this is what we're looking at, is how long it stays keyed after I unkey. Sideband delay is very subtle and discreet. About 600 watts again. Turn the delay off. Okay. Now let's make it make some power. So let's go over here. Rid of the 2950. We're going to hook up the striker. So, I got the striker in line. Let me show you guys drive again. 955. About 80-90 watts. Here's our principal signal. Almost nothing. Nice clean principal signal. About 780, almost 800 watts. Once again, nice clean signal. No real sideband splatter marks, splurs anywhere. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now, when you run a high-powered radio into this thing, you want to leave the dial-a-watt alone. It's like a 30 or 40 watt radio. You can use the dial-a-watt. You'll be all right. After that, you want to leave the dial-a-watt out and run the variable power up and down on the radio to get your achieved effect. Here's our input reflect. Where the radio is nice and happy. Right about that nice half watt. Everything's kosher. All right, so power upgrades, full power wire modifications. Figured out why it wasn't keying. This thing is 100%. It's got brand new transistors in it that will last you. Last thing to do is we got to hook up your fan kit. Now, this has an actual Texas Star fan kit that goes with it. So instead of using the little plug in the back, which always breaks, just put a grommet in. I'm going to squeeze some wires through that. We're going to hook it up to the on-off switch here at the front of the amp. And we're going to get the tin on it, get it all buttoned up, and then we'll show it running with the fan, and we're done. So give me like 5 minutes. We'll be right back. I've always been a big fan of the old school Texas Star fan kits. Now, it wasn't until a few years ago they knew that they had ones for the smaller ones, like the 667s and stuff, because I'd never seen one, but they are out there. Now, the leads that they provided with this fan kit come down to here. So what I did is I grafted on some Teflon wire, and the wire comes in and goes across and comes over to the on-off switch. So this thing's on there, and it's ready to chooch for chotch. Always love these because you can put like a little rubber feet on them, make like this tall, and you can set it on. I knew you're going to use this as a base station, but I love the fact that it's not too loud. I mean, it's not overly annoying. It moves a lot of air. And I mean, there's a lot of air moving through this heatsink, blowing out the back, venting out the front. It's beautiful, beautiful design. So anyhow, the striker hitting it, fully completed. Wow. It's getting with it. Good to go for the next 20 years. Brother, you're all done. Your Texas Star 500V is completed. Power wire upgrades and everything. All right, on that note, I'm out of here. I'm going to go throw this in the house, and it's going to get boxed up and ready to come home. So you'll be hearing from me later today. Guys, we're done with this particular one. And as always, like I like to say is, hey man, I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you tuning in to check out my video. To call that guy back. Tune in to check out the video, and God, I got so many projects. I'm running out of room to stack everything over here. It's great. I don't get to be here without all you guys, and I'm truly, from the bottom of my heart, I mean this. Thank you. Give this number a call if you need to reach me. The web page is a little thin. We're going to go and start adding a bunch of pictures and video links and a whole bunch of other stuff to the web page here shortly, but can't find the answers to your questions, or you got a question about anything else radio related that you might think I'd be able to give you an answer on, just give me a call. I spend most of my day talking on the phone, so it doesn't hurt none to give it a ring, and I'll get to you when I'm free. So on that note, gentlemen, I gotta go. Another dude 10-8 and straight. The biggest mud duck in Idaho. I'll see you.